Clinton is now leading Donald Trump by only 6 points. This is a dramatic tightening since July, when there was a 16-point gap, and June, when the spread was 24 points. The reason is this: his standing has increased among Republicans, Republican-leaning independents, and white voters.
Donald Trump won't apologize for anything he said because he's never said anything wrong. Ted Cruz is quietly working his way through the weeds and seems to be waiting his turn, and not paying close attention to the strategy of Marco Rubio would be incredibly foolish. Let loose the political animal then, the veteran West Coast radio talker and Newsmax contributor Larry Elder, and the co-host at Close Encounter TV, Lisa Jandovitz. I thank you both for being here. Larry, let's go ahead and start on Donald Trump. Front and center on The Hollywood Reporter now. You figured that Donald would have to have his own Hollywood interview sooner or later. That drops today. Says he's never really been wrong on anything whatsoever. All right, Larry, let's back up just a second here, okay? Right. Take a breath, especially on the immigration issue. It's important what Donald Trump said, and it's resonating with people. But, Larry, come on. Didn't he go too far? Some of these things are wonderful to think about, but they will absolutely never happen, and it could have a negative impact on the American economy.
Well, if they never happen, then what's the problem? If they can't happen, what's the problem? The issue is he's made this issue front and center, and he's caused all of his rivals now to have to talk about this issue. That's why Donald Trump is doing this. I think Donald Trump realizes the likelihood of deporting and then having all the people he deported line up and reapply is not very realistic. So what? I'm putting it out there. I'm letting you know I'm serious about the borders. I'm serious about this issue, and I'm going to make all these other rivals talk about it whether they want to or not. That's why he's doing it, and I think it's a brilliant strategy.
But what does it say, though? And again, I'm going to play devil's advocate with you, Larry. What does it say, though, with some of the things that he has thrown out there simply cannot be done? This mass deportation. Look, even if you want it to be done, that's fine, but it doesn't make any logical sense. So what does it say about the people who say, yeah, go for it, but we know it can't happen?
And it says we're tired of sanctuary cities. We're tired of catch and release. We're tired of people talking the talk about securing the borders and not walking the walk. So I'm going to come out with a bold plan. And even if I fall short, it'll still be far better than the tepid plans that my rivals are offering.
But a bold plan that might not have 100% reality. Even that works. You'll agree to that.
A bold plan that appeals to the base, appeals to the people that are going to vote in the primaries and caucuses, and says, I'm serious about the borders. These guys ain't.
All right, Lisa. There are those people who say that Donald Trump, and a lot of the politicos are saying it as well, he's doing terrible damage to the Republican Party. The Republicans will never recover when it comes down to certainly speaking to Hispanics, yet his poll numbers are still pretty solid. If you take those two things and put them right alongside of each other, what does it tell you?
Well, I think, just as you said, Ed, many people, I'm one of them, thought every time he says something, whether it was about McCain not being a war hero or immigration or what he said about Megyn Kelly, this has to do him in. This has to have an effect on his poll numbers, and yet it doesn't. In fact, after when he said the debate, after the Megyn Kelly remarks, there was a Huffington Post YouGov poll where they polled Republicans and those leaning Republican, and 50% of those polled agree with his criticism of Megyn Kelly. 30% agreed with Megyn Kelly, and 20% are unsure. So that is unbelievable that number of people, just when you think, oh my gosh, look at how he's speaking against women. Look at the things that he is saying. And yet his numbers are, as we know now, he is the closest candidate, moving up again against Hillary Clinton. So, and I think Larry hit upon it. He's resonating with people who want to see a candidate get angry about the things
they want to
hear
bluster. Come on, Lisa. They want to hear bluster. They want to hear somebody scream. They want to hear somebody just say what really can't be done doesn't make any difference. They just want to have somebody stop blowing rhetoric at them every 24 hours.
Exactly, but whether any of these things, and you said it also, can actually be turned into policy. He's great with making these pronouncements, but now let's see, who is he going to be working with on immigration or on the economy or on border, on any of those things? Who are those people that are going to be with him?
Who are the people in Congress? Who are the other lawmakers? Who are the people who are going to want to say, let's come on, please, Donald, let's work? Okay, 2 minutes. I got two things I need to get to very quickly. Larry, back to you. Let's talk about Ted Cruz right now. There's talk that there's a little discussion going on between Ted Cruz and the Trump camp right now. Do you think Ted Cruz is setting himself up to get Donald Trump supporters if and when Donald Trump should leave, or maybe even get on as a vice presidential ticket?
I think there is a bromance flourishing here, and I think that's precisely what's going to happen. I think that Ted Cruz feels that either Donald Trump will blow up, in which case, since he's been probably the only one who hasn't slammed Donald Trump, he'll inherit his supporters. Or if Donald Trump comes out with the nomination, Ted Cruz will be on the very short list to be VP.
What about this, though, Larry? What about the possibility that Donald Trump is setting it up for Ted Cruz? That Donald will continue to push things forward, then take a back seat, and then say, okay, Ted, you go ahead and run things.
Like a rabbit in a marathon race, they're running real fast to get everybody tired. I don't think Donald Trump is anybody's rabbit. Donald Trump wants to win this thing. He is in it to win it.
All right. I want you to remember that we talked about that just in case, because you and I both know how politics runs. All right, Lisa, last thing here. Marco Rubio. He is leading from behind. Matter of fact, Politico even said that. He's quiet. He's okay sitting right where he is. Could he be the most dangerous candidate sitting out there that's not leading the polls? 30 seconds.
Well, Hillary Clinton has been criticizing him, so that's saying that he's doing something right. But people are wondering why he isn't making more of a move in Iowa. His campaign is saying this is deliberate, that they don't want to come out. They don't want to shoot out in the front right now. They want to wait because not necessarily the person who's out in front right now is not the one who's out in front, say, in February. Hopefully it's not a missed opportunity from him.
As his campaign manager said, show me the candidate who was first place in August who ended up winning in February. Lisa Jandovitz, Larry Elder, I thank you both for joining us on The Political Animal. Let's remind everybody now that we keep asking, who do you want? We're getting a lot of Donald Trump, but who's your candidate of choice for the 2016 GOP nomination? Go to NewsmaxPolls.com. Tell us who it is. Let us keep that running count because, quite frankly, the most honest poll in America at the time. Stick around. The fastest 60 minutes of news, The Hardline, continues right here.